Yeah, major breaking news right now. Stellantis is now temporarily laying off more than 900 employees in response to Donald Trump's auto tariffs. This is a major announcement made by the company minutes ago. Stellantis NV is the maker of Ram trucks and Jeeps. It said today that it will be temporarily laying off more than 900 employees because of Trump's tariffs and because they will no longer be, at least temporarily, producing certain cars because of the automobile tariffs. Now, TikTok will be banned in 2 days, so please follow me on my Instagram, Substack, and YouTube. They're all in my link tree for more news. This is the first domino to drop after Donald Trump's tariffs were imposed overnight, but it's not going to be the last. Stellantis has also announced that a number of its Mexican and Canadian production operations will now be idle, and as a result, Americans are going to have to be paying more for cars, and Americans are now without a job. So Donald Trump has already lost 900 jobs in less than 24 hours. Follow along for more.
A decision directly tied to Donald Trump's retaliatory tariffs. Unifor Local 444 President James Stewart says Stellantis told the union that Trump's announcement was the deciding factor to shut down Stellantis in Windsor for at least 2 weeks.
If they lose jobs over this, that's as devastating as a war. When you take away their ability to make a living for their families and have a good, a good quality of life, this is just as devastating as a military attack.
Stellantis has confirmed Windsor Assembly will shut down for the weeks of April 7th and 14th. Production is expected to resume the week of April 21st. Stellantis is also pausing production at its Toluca assembly plant in Mexico for the month of April and temporarily laying off workers in Michigan and Indiana, affecting 900 U.S. employees.
Here we go. Stellantis announcing 400 workers were laid off during a mass firing call. I'm going to tell you how that went down in just a second, but take a listen to this. This morning, actually on Thursday, today's Friday, but Thursday, they told these 400 people that Friday was going to be a work-at-home day. Yay, work at home, right? Well, Friday morning, they all log onto their computer, and they're fired. 400 of them at Stellantis. Why? Why are they being fired? Well, the company says they're focusing on electric vehicles, and they do not need those employees because of electric vehicles. This comes after the union just made a big contract with the company. But these workers, I believe, were not union employees. But the company, here we go. Let me know what you think about this. Electric vehicles having an impact on the workforce and not in a positive way. Share this video with your friends and family, everybody.
Let's talk about what is happening with Stellantis. In case you have not heard it, the company has started laying off workers across the United States. And we are not talking about a handful of jobs. These are large-scale cuts that are affecting everyday people who rely on steady work to feed their families and pay their bills. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Rosemary. Kindly consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Before we get to the video, let me play a few clips on the same and I'll be back with my commentary. All credit goes to the original creators of these videos.
So we're already feeling the effects of Trump's economy. Stellantis has just said they are laying off 900 U.S. workers. And I thought I would use Fox News for this one. Stellantis pauses some Mexico, Canada productions, temporarily lays off 900 U.S. workers due to tariffs. Their CEO says we're continuing to assess the medium and long-term effects of tariffs on our operations, but also have decided that some immediate actions included temporary pausing productions at some of our Canadian Mexican assembly plants. And they're saying this after Trump put a 25% tariff on imported vehicles and auto parts. It is also important to know that they are going to start production again at both of their Mexico and Canada plants starting in April 21. However, there's no telling when the 900 U.S. American workers will be coming back to work. But this is what you can see. This is what their current stock price is looking like. The change, negative 8.47%. Tariffs have consequences. Tariffs are a tax. Please tell me, Maga people, is this what you voted for? Because it looks like American workers are the ones who are going to suffer this. Told you.
Is Trump's tariffs already working? Don't scroll past this video because you're going to want to hear this. Stellantis, the maker of Ram pickup trucks, has just announced that they are laying off 900 people and shutting down 2 plants in Canada and Mexico because of Trump's tariffs. And that's what you're going to hear on the news today, okay? But the part you're not going to hear on the news is they also announced that they are reopening a plant in Illinois where they're going to hire 1,500 American workers to start building Ram mid-size pickup trucks. Now, if that is not what the tariffs were designed to do, then I don't know what is.
Stellantis says the layoffs are due to market conditions, especially a slowdown in electric vehicle sales. Inflation has made it harder for people to buy new cars, and interest rates are up, so fewer people are financing big purchases. The company was counting on major push towards electric vehicles, but consumer demand just hasn't kept up the way they expected. At the same time, the cost of doing business has gone up. Trade policies and tariffs have made it more expensive to import the parts needed to build cars. So now, companies are looking for ways to cut spending, and the easiest target is always the workers. That's what we are seeing now, job cut in order to protect the profits. This is a tough blow to the working class. People who showed up every day, did their jobs, and helped build the success of these companies are now being told they are no longer needed. And meanwhile, the people at the top, the executive and the shareholders, are not feeling that same pain. Their bonuses, their salaries, and profits remain intact, while regular people are left scrabbling. What's even more frustrating is that Stellantis is not the only company doing this. General Motors and other major auto companies are also making similar moves. They are blaming low electric vehicle sales, inflation, and changes in the economy. But the pattern is clear. When business slows down, it's always the workers who take the hit first. It raises a bigger question. Why are companies allowed to treat their workforce like they are disposable? These workers are the backbone of the business. Without them, there are no cars, no production, and no profit. Yet, when the balance sheet don't look perfect, cutting jobs becomes the first solution, not the last. This shows a bigger problem with how the economy works. Big corporations often make decisions based on short-term profit rather than long-term stability. Instead of investing in people, training, or better systems, they cut corners and jobs just to justify their financial goals for the next quarter. It also highlights how vulnerable workers are in this system. People spend years, sometimes decades, at one company, believing in loyalty and hard work. But when times get tough, there is no real safety. One corporate decision can change everything overnight, and unfortunately, that's exactly what's happening to these laid-off workers. There needs to be more protection for workers. Better labor policies, stronger unions, and fairer company practices could prevent this type of mass layoffs from becoming the norm. Companies should be held accountable when they treat job cuts like just another cost-saving measure instead of a life-changing decisions for hundreds or thousands of families. The transition to electric vehicles is important, no doubt, but that shift needs to be done responsibly. It can't just be about innovation, it has to include stability. Companies need to think about how their changes affect people, not just profits. That means planning smarter, communicating better, and doing more to avoid putting workers in crisis. From the outside looking in, it's clear that this is a serious issue that stretches far beyond one company. It's not just about Stellantis. This is about how working people are being left behind in a system that favors money over humanity. And until that changes, these stories are going to keep repeating. To the workers affected by these layoffs, this is not your fault. You did the work, you showed up, you gave your time, your energy, and your skills. You deserved better than to be treated like just another line item on a budget report. This system may not be built to protect you, but your voice matters, and so does your story. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.